Hello, my name is Robin Electus, and today I'm going to be doing a vlog review about the movie Freaks by Todd Brownings. This movie is centered around a circus that traveled around Europe, and the main acts that are done in this circus are like trapeze artists, clowns, animal tamers, strongmen, and they even use people who were born with certain deformities or disabilities as a form of entertainment. So, like for example, there's a man who doesn't have any legs. He just walks on his hands, and there's also a man with a severe stutter who dresses up like a woman. And there's also a set of conjoined twins. Those are just some of the examples of people who are with certain deformities or disabilities in the movie that are that play characters in the circus. And the movie is mainly based on or focuses on this man named Hans, who's a dwarf. He's engaged to a woman who's also a dwarf. Her name is Frida, and they do an act together in the circus. But as soon as the movie starts, we see that Hans is obsessed with this trapeze artist who's also in the circus, and her name is Cleopatra. He's completely like infatuated with this woman, and Frida notices it. She sees it, and she doesn't like it, obviously, but uh, she doesn't seem like the type to say anything about it until like it gets too far. Uh, so when is around Cleopatra, he likes to do whatever she wants. Whenever she asks for money, he gives it to her. Whenever she wants a gift, he gets it for her. And he doesn't mind because he's incredibly rich, but no one knew that except for Frida. And Frida was beginning to get scared that Hans was going to do something stupid with Cleopatra because of the way he was acting. And she wasn't really concerned about herself. She was just more concerned about Hans um, being made fun of or being used as a joke by Cleopatra because little did Hans know was that Cleopatra actually has a thing for another act in the circus. This man who's a strong man, his name is Hercules, and they're a thing. But Hans doesn't know that. He thinks that he's in love with Cleopatra and that Cleopatra loves him back the same way, and it doesn't matter that she's like a regular person or regular sized person and he's a dwarf, and he believed in that. But everyone else, including Frida, knew that that wasn't what it was. And when Frida tried to make Cleopatra back off of Hans and to like leave him alone, she accidentally reveals that Hans has this like ginormous fortune. And Cleopatra, as soon as she hears that, she's just like, I have to have it. So she comes up with this plan to marry Hans and then to kill him and then inherit his fortune and run away with Hercules. Um, However, in the movie, it's made very apparent that all of the people who are labeled as freaks in the movie are they band together and they're a family on their own, even though that they may have been discarded by the public and the general audience for the circus and for the movie. They're still themselves a family for each other. And so when they find out that Cleopatra has this plan to kill Hans, they take that opportunity to say like, you're not going to mess with our brother like that. You're going to pay. And they conduct this revenge plot for her, and they get her back. And by get her back, I mean they taught her a very big lesson about underestimating and judging people just by, physical appearance. And I don't know if I should spoil the ending, but I'm going to say it. They turned her into a freak herself. Throughout the movie, she's always been very adamant about the fact that she's not a freak. She's completely normal. She loves making fun of the freaks. She doesn't treat any of the other disabled people as as equals. She just sees herself as above all of them. So when it came down to it and they were finally teaching her the lesson, they were just like, you know what, you for you to really understand what you've done to us and how you've tried to hurt us and have hurt us, you need to be put in our shoes. So they turned her into a freak. I'm not sure how they did that because it's just really weird at the ending. They turned her into some kind of like a chicken, and she became an attraction in the circus, which I think is brilliant when you think about it. Um, and I just really enjoyed that movie. I wasn't expecting to enjoy the movie. I was expecting to enjoy it. I was, but I wasn't expecting to enjoy it this much. I really enjoyed this movie. Um, when I was choosing the movies, to like choosing which movie I wanted to watch, I looked up the synopsis for each one, and this was the one that grasped me the most because I feel like if this movie had came out now, this would be the type of movie that I would actively go out and try and see because I'm not really a romantic comedy. Like I'm not really a romantic movie kind of person. I definitely lean more towards comedies and then like horrors and like action, and that's it. So seeing this as like a horror movie in the sense is amazing. I didn't even think that back then horror movies were a thing or like being made. I thought they were just more focused on, you know, getting the movie out there. I didn't know they were thinking about, just like, because like now I feel like people watch horror movies to like scare themselves and to like get this weird adrenaline rush. I didn't know people were thinking like that back then. And I know that sounds really weird to say, but I just wasn't expecting a horror movie from back then to be really good now. And it like I feel like it would definitely hold up against any horror movie that comes out like this year because the way that certain shots were filmed, it made and like with a mixture of like the score and stuff, it just made everything more suspenseful and creepy, and I loved it. Even though certain scenes that they were filming weren't necessarily creepy, like I feel like there were certain scenes when they were showing the disabled people in the circus. There were certain scenes where they wanted it to be creepy for no reason, but it just like but they were doing such normal things that it just didn't it felt weird that it felt creepy. Ugh, that doesn't make any sense. But like, for example, I feel like the director Todd Browning, he was like filming the disabled characters, and they were doing such normal things, but they were doing it in their own way because didn't have certain things that so they don't have all the abilities that I have. Like for example, one of the girls, she didn't have any arms, and he filmed her for like an when in an extended shot, like he filmed her just eating from a bowl with her foot. And I just thought that was really cool. And they made it sort of creepy. But then I also feel like Todd Brownings did that just to show us that although these people have disabilities and certain deformities about their bodies, they're still people and they still know how to get through the day like we do, just by from eating or like putting on clothes and cleaning up their house and whatnot. Like I really appreciated that. So when I found out that it was banned because uh it exploited the deformed people, that for like commercial reasons it was banned back in the day, I was kind of shocked because like I didn't feel like they were being exploited, but then again, I don't think I have the right to say if they were being exploited or not because I've never been put in that situation uh, before. But I felt like Todd Brownings was trying to show that they're normal and they're not like things to just gawk at. You know what I mean? I know it sounds weird, but anyways, I really enjoyed this movie. I wasn't expecting, like I said before, I wasn't expecting to enjoy it this much, but I really enjoyed it. I recommend it 100%. Um, and that's my review vlog. Thank you.